This video is for collectors over the age of 13. Today, Schmooman has chosen Deluxe Class Transformers 1 Starscream. Now, before I continue, I wanted to say that even though the head sculpt and face sculpt is weird, it isn't as bad to me in person. It becomes tolerable in person. So if that was what was putting you off from this figure, get the figure. It's good otherwise. One more note before I start. If you want this figure for photography, I recommend getting a flight stand. If you don't have one, he looks a lot better with one.
Accessories!
Starscream includes 2 null rays, a weird tan piece, and a weird blue chunk. The null rays simply have a 5mm port that can plug into his shoulder for that classic Starscream look. And the 2 chunk pieces can combine to form a really weird gun that he can hold in his hand. And yeah. That is one goofy gun, but I kind of like it. It's fun. Articulation! Starscream honestly seems to have ran out of some of the budget when it comes to posing because he isn't super dynamic. I mean, most of the poses that I thought were really good throughout this video are on a flight stand. So without a flight stand, he isn't super posable. His head is on a ball joint, so it can rotate all the way around. It doesn't tab in very well, so you can just do that occasionally. But he can look up a little bit. He can look down. And there is some head tilt there. Decent head tilt. The arms are on a ball joint, so the shoulder can rotate all the way around, except the wings get in the way. The shoulder pad can also go out if you rather that look. There's a bicep rotation, but it's kind of stiff. There's a little bit more than 90 degrees, or a lot more actually, at the elbow. No wrist, no waist. Legs can kick forward a lot. They can't really kick back though. There is a thigh rotation. There is a lot more, there's an all the way knee bend, but it's blocked by this panel and the backpack. And then the big issue is there's no ankle tilt on this figure. For a $25 deluxe, kind of wish there was ankle tilt. That's why I dubbed him the worst Transformers 1 figure, even though he's still very good. Comparisons! Yeah, we got those now. Here is Starscream next to TFOne Optimus Prime, TFOne Megatron, TFOne Bumblebee, and TFOne Sentinel Prime. So he scales well enough that you can do this, which I love. Transformation! Starscream's transformation does require some parts forming. So for right now, what you're going to do is you're going to take this funky, weird gun and you're just going to split it into its 2 pieces, which are this little tan piece and this blue turret piece. And I'll just put those off to the side and grab Starscream. So to start, what you're going to want to do, it's a bit of complicated transformation. You're going to come to the wings. You're going to unfurl them and rotate them around. They're on ball joints, so you just kind of flip them around. Some pieces, like these shoulder pads and the nose cone, like to come off while you transform him. So just to preface, you got to be kind of careful while you do this. You're going to flip around to the back, and you're going to untab those red pieces, which lets you flip open the backpack. Now we can extend his head, untab the chest, and bring it up. The chest will tab. Sorry, you can't really see. Tab into the body, and the head will rest there, and then you can close the backpack back up. Now we're going to unfurl, get in there and unfurl that chunk of the nose cone. Then we can unfurl the last bit of the nose cone, bring it down. You can take the chest window and bring it forward, tab that all in, and then extend the nose cone. Now you've got the nose cone done. Now we can get on to the limbs of the robot, making the bottom of the jet. So you're going to come to his legs and you're going to open up these blue panels. Now you can take whichever leg you'd like and you're going to compress it. And the leg has a slot in there and there's a tab on his hip. And you are going to make sure that the leg locks in to that. So you're going to do the same thing on this leg, lock it together. Then you come around here and the legs will tab together. Now you can see there's these little peg holes in his heel. There's little pegs there, so you're going to simply take the heels and they'll bend and tab in there. Then you can fold up his toes. And then you can close up the blue panels to just kind of fill out the sides of the jet. Now, the arms don't do much, I'm going to be honest. You're going to take the arm, and there's tabs inside the arm, and there's slots on the hinge of the blue panel, and the arms will simply tab in. And that's it for the arms. Now we can come up to the shoulder pads. You're going to unfurl them, or untub them from the arm, and then you're going to rotate them. And now before you bring them together, you're going to grab the blue chunk, okay? And that will tab into the shoulder pad. And then you just bring them around and kind of in above the legs. And if you line it all up, you've got the little turret built now, okay? Now to finish stuff off, you're going to realign the wings, and they'll just kind of like, not really snap into place, but rest there. Then you can fully unfurl the ends of the wings. They're slightly detented, so you'll feel when they stop. Then you're going to reopen, or re-untab, and reopen the back of the plane, and you're going to, or the top, and you're going to compress these pieces, and they'll tab into the wings. Then you can close the top of the plane, take this little tan chunk, and just tab it in here. And there you have what might just be my favorite Tetrajet toy they've designed. That is such a cool Tetrajet mode. It looks really good and dynamic and cool. I can't believe this is the worst Transformers 1 figure just because of his posability. He looks great in robot and alt mode though. Though I will say he does have hands exposed on the back. More comparisons! Yeah! Here is Starscream next to Transformers 1 Optimus Prime, side to side, front. Here is Starscream next to Transformers 1 Megatron, same perspectives. Here is Starscream next to Transformers 1 B127/Bumblebee. And finally, here is Starscream next to Transformers 1 Sentinel Prime. So they look great. He's very good scale. Conclusion! So, should you buy him? Yes. If you're a fan of Starscream or Transformers 1, this should be an immediate pickup. Or if you just like Transformers that use flight stands. He's very dynamic on a flight stand, he's very fun, and if the lack of ankles doesn't bother you, get this figure. He's awesome. Welcome, you made it to the end of the video. If you watched this whole video, you probably enjoyed the video, so you should show that by liking the video. I don't have comments yet for some reason, but when I do have comments, comment down below, and subscribe for more Transformers reviews. I have a review every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and a short every Tuesday and Thursday. So if you're interested, subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'll see you in my next video.